Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight on a quick tour of BlueSky. And I just want to do a shout out to Social Movement Technologies, and that's their handle on BlueSky. They gave an incredible workshop a week and a half ago that inspired me to do this workshop. Um, when I was on this workshop, I discovered that many of the things we had been doing at Citizens Climate Lobby Canada to grow our following in the past month and a bit, they pretty much were doing the same sort of things, and then they gave us a few more tips as well. So in the chat, and you won't be able to get this if you only see the YouTube recording, but we'll put it on the website. In the chat right now, we've included a working document, our slides. Please do follow us on BlueSky. And if you are a citizen climate lobbyist, be sure to get in our starter pack. And maybe I'll go right there right now to show you what I mean, just to give you, oops, I'm going to go to the wrong spot. Sorry. I'll show you what I mean. Let me just hit this and go to Citizens Climate Lobby Canada and then go to starter pack. So right here is a starter pack, and you can add people to starter packs, which is really cool. So you can get them started, and then you can keep editing them and keep adding people to them. So if you are on BlueSky, be sure to get, and you're a citizen climate lobbyist, please be sure to get in our starter pack. So what all began this great adventure with BlueSky was the election of Donald Trump. I noticed that we had grown organically like 300 followers within like the first 3 days after Donald Trump was elected. I was like, what the heck? I'm doing nothing on BlueSky. I was ignoring it. And I ultimately uncovered that Dr. Catherine Hayhoe and the only starter pack to this day that I can find for Canadian climate lobbyists had both put us in their starter packs. So we just grew organically because of them. So then I just started exploring it and doing all sorts of fun things, especially with the starter packs. And we grew like humongous. So at the time Donald Trump was elected, there were 10 million people on BlueSky. It's now just over 5 weeks later, and there are almost 25 million people on BlueSky. It's not global. A lot of the global south is not in BlueSky yet. It's very much focused in Japan, Canada, the United States, Australia, many of the countries that are starting to give up on the billionaire bros feeds with Facebook, Meta, Twitter, etc. So that so again, please do follow Social Movement Technologies. They provide all sorts of great training, and I just think they're immensely gracious and generous people, and be sure to follow them. I think they're amazing, and we're really lucky to have them in all social justice movements. So what you're going to learn tonight, the three most important things is why join BlueSky, how you can grow your following and amplify your voice, what should you do with your other social media feeds, and I think questions will arise, so more will become apparent. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you again. So this is kind of an overview slide of what we're going to be looking at. Some of it I may not review, but why try BlueSky? It's like old Twitter. It's open platform. There's an official app, but there are others to pick from. There's no algorithm. You can make your own feeds, and you can subscribe to feeds, and you can organize your content however you wish to do. Technically, please don't ask me how to do that, because I don't know how to do that yet. I'm still a beginner like you, but we'll all be learning this together, not tonight, but over the next few months as we all explore this and this new social media site. I think the best thing about BlueSky is you own your own data. you can set up it's by setting up a personal data server. Your handle can be tied to your domain name, so it can never be stolen. In fact, that is how you authenticate your site, your domain name. If you tie it to your website, especially if you're an organization. I didn't know that when I started Citizen Climate Lobby Canada's Blue Sky, and I don't know how to change it, the domain name, and I don't know if I can. But if you do decide to tie your handle, which means your name, on Blue Sky to your website, make a ghost web handle as well and punch it to your official domain name so nobody steals your domain name as well. That's a tip. For most of you, that probably just went over your heads because you're going to be learning a lot of information tonight. And for most of you who doesn't apply, but if you're a comms person for an organization, you probably know exactly what I just said. That really exciting thing is Blue Sky will be supported by selling advanced features, not your attention and tracking. So they're not going to, you know, sell ads that will like force you to look at things you don't want to look at, or they're not going to sell your data. They're just going to make it, they're going to have extra features on it, but the main program of Blue Sky will always be amazing. And I think there are other social media and other platforms out there that run similarly. You pick your own moderation service. Blue Sky provides one, but if you don't like it, you can switch to others. There actually are. It's kind of sounding like it's kind of like Wikipedia, and that there's multiple ways where people can support each other on this site. Again, I don't know how to do that. I just know that it exists, and it's unbuyable because it is open source. A billionaire can't buy it, and we all just know what happened. So that's why we're all exiting to Blue Sky. Okay, so a great first question I got when I started going on and on and on about Blue Sky in CCL community is why not Mastodon? And here's a detailed reason why. I'm not going to go into the details, but for those of you who like details, go for it. You know, come back, look at the slides and convince yourself. Basically, I always follow expert advice, and because even with my own hairdresser, I just tell her to do whatever she wants to do to my hair because I'm not a hairdresser. I don't know what to do. Anyways, the expert advice especially was saying that this is where the puck is going. And if you're a social justice organization or a social justice person, Blue Sky, for many reasons, is superior to Mastodon as well. Blue Sky is growing rapidly right now. So if you get on it while it's growing, you have a chance to grow with it. So grab onto all those people that are signing on. So definitely Blue Sky has the advantage for people like us. And some other really cool things. I don't know if you know this, but if you want to search for something on Twitter or X, and I'm just going to call it Twitter going forward, you have to use hashtags. And that's the same for Mastodon. You can just text search in Blue Sky, which is really cool. You can really find a lot more things in there. But there's a whole bunch of other reasons to do it. And like it says, the regions where it's currently strong is Brazil, Japan, the UK, USA, and Canada. And yeah, those are the strong places. Oh, and this is really cool feature, and I'll probably say it one more time, and I did my first one today. If you're on Twitter and you say something and somebody wants to make a fool of you, they can quote tweet around your tweet, and then you have to suffer with like this bullying that they do to you. But on Blue Sky, and I'll show you this later, you can detach that tweet, and then you can block that person and they can never see you again. And the tweet that they quote tweeted around is gone. And I'll show you that again. I wanted to say this twice. This is wickedly awesome. I did it today. I felt so empowered. Somebody just was rude to me and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And I just, I detached his what's called a quote dunking, and I nuclear blocked him, which you can't do on Twitter anymore. So why BlueSky? It's built for connection. It's been 20 years in the making and has been backed by significant funding, aiming to create a truly social platform. It operates as a protocol, much like email, meaning you can connect with everyone, even across platforms. And unlike the other platforms, BlueSky allows seamless engagement across networks. It has customizable algorithms on BlueSky. You can tailor your algorithms, which you can't do on those other platforms, where they are often manipulated without transparency. For example, Elon Musk made it so that if you were on Twitter, you got to see a lot more Republican feeds than Democrat feeds. Now, how democratic was that? Not. It was very manipulative. And these platforms are impacting democracies around the world in detrimental ways. Read Maria Reza, the Nobel Prize winner, of all the damage that Facebook has done in the Philippines and Myanmar and countries all over the world. There's real moderation. Like I said before, BlueSky employs real moderators and continues to grow its team. And additionally, it has a self-policing mechanism similar to Wikipedia, allowing the community to contribute to moderation efforts. Oh, this is like another really super amazing thing and I experimented with it this week. So when you post a link on Facebook, Threads, or Twitter, that automatically, the algorithm automatically punches you down even more because they don't want people to be directed to websites. Whereas on BlueSky, the algorithm won't change. Okay, so you can drive traffic to your website. So for example, this week, 3 times I posted stuff linking to news articles. And like, we don't get a big following because we're a super niche, at Citizens Climate Lobby, we're carbon pricing, Canada, blah, blah, blah. That's all we're talking about most of the time. One of them was reposted 18 times and liked 22 times on BlueSky. The same post, exact same wording, 0 on Twitter, 0, and 0 and 1 on Threads. Okay, so this is really, in fact, publishers like the New York Times, like the Guardian, like many newspapers, and in fact, the entire European Union of journalists have left Twitter, report 3 to 4 times the traffic to their website compared to other platforms. So very exciting for news agencies and anybody who publishes original content on their own websites. Like I said, it's billionaire proof. You own your own feed. And if an egotistical jerk tied to a politician who marginalizes others and thrives on constant drama tries to meddle, I see you laughing, you can take your feed and followers elsewhere without issue. And again, it will never have ads, and it will raise revenue akin to how Discord does, having paid add-ons while still maintaining a functional core service. And it's bully-proof. And quote dunking does not work. You can detach yourself from quotes. You can block. In fact, there's a total culture of blocking on BlueSky, and I did want to show you that. So I just got to just do this. Go to here. Go to home, no, go to my profile. And I just want to show you something, what I mean. So I'll go to a post, one I know that has been quote posted recently. Let me see if I can get that. So see, this one's got a quote on it. Well, somebody said something very rude about this. Oh, that's a bit partisan what this person has said. But if he said something really rude, all you have to do is just hit those 3 little circles at the bottom, detach the quote, and the quote's gone. And then if you don't like what they said, you can block them too, and you can never see them again. There's over 8 billion people on this planet. We don't have to put up with jerks. And I love that BlueSky is allowing us to do this, because this is, super bullying behavior over on Twitter happens that way. Okay, so let me go back to these slides. And then there's these things called starter packs, lists, and feeds. So a starter pack when would you want to use it? If you have a lot of staff and want to make it easy to follow and repost each other, so you put them in the starter pack, or it just makes it, or make it easier for coalition members to follow each other. So we've got a Citizen Climate Lobby Canada starter pack where we've got CCLers from all over the planet on there, and a few of our favorite Canadian organizations to follow. Lists are to help you create feeds. I've not made lists yet, and I've not made feeds yet, but these are the different ways to use them. And I'm not professional enough to get into them, but as you start experimenting with BlueSky, go back to these slides. They're posted in the chat, and because you registered for this call, we will be giving you all of these in a final email. And we're just look at this and just start experimenting, and probably in a few months we will do another BlueSky training as well, to once we get better at this. So do a BlueSky 2.0. Okay, and what to do with Twitter now? Okay, it's used for global visibility, like to reach corporate targets and to reach electeds. You can cross posts, and many other apps are starting to include BlueSky. So CCL Canada may or may not stay on Twitter for a while just because of the electeds and just to curate, but we've never paid for anything on BlueSky. So that is like the what and like some of the details. Now, how to grow, and I'll go in a little bit more, but the most important thing about growing is create a really good description for your profile, and then pin what you are looking for, and then use the starter pack directories. I followed everyone that Katharine Hayhoe followed, and for the first 4 weeks we were following 5,400 people. Okay, and then I called them all that didn't follow us back, and now I'm trying other people's lists. Okay, but that's how we grew. Like, we just followed everyone that Katharine Hayhoe had put in a starter pack directory. And please follow all the people in ours. And if you really want somebody to follow you, and you followed them in a starter pack directory and they're not following you, just go back a few times and unfollow and follow them, and unfollow and follow them. Like, just do it like 5 or 6 times. It's kind of like you're knocking at their door. It's like, follow me. Okay, so you can do that, and follow all who your favorite people follow as well. I've been advertising on Twitter, Threads, and Facebook. I'm sure they're appreciating that. And we're creating our own starter packs. And like any social media site, comment, like, and interact. And there's more in the slides here, like, that goes into details. A bit too wonky for me, I won't, but here's more here. I suggest using the SkyBridge follower, but I'm going to do it again after Donald Trump is inaugurated, because I think there's going to be a mass migration out of Twitter again. It's very slow, it's very wonky, and it's very scary, because you actually have to sign in with your BlueSky account to get on the SkyBridge follower. And basically what it does is it takes all the people on Twitter who are on BlueSky and just matches you up with them, and then you can go follow them, right? But it's very slow. Like, it took an hour to get like 100 people from Twitter over to BlueSky. So like, take a day to do it. And then once you do it, reset your password and remove the extension. Oh, there's lots of cheaters and crazy people out there that are already trying to scam the system. So don't do anything on BlueSky that gives up your password or anything without getting like expert advice to use it. The SkyBridge follower was recommended by various experts to us, and we just did it. So be very careful about scammers. You know that already. We're scammed all the time. So don't give up your password or anything, any personal information. SkyBridge is fine though. And unlike X, likes do not enhance visibility. Quote dunking doesn't work. And this is super important. Alt text enhances visibility. So when you post an image on BlueSky, be sure to go into the alt text. You have up to 5,000 characters to describe what your image is. So use it up so somebody who's sight impaired can know that image, but also the algorithm will feed to you even better. So it's a really great pro tip. And here are just some of the people that I've actually added a lot more people in there. And I just want to take a moment to just go over to the document that I created as well. So, and then we'll answer questions. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at the document. And then we'll have questions for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I think we'll be good. Okay, so it's the same thing. It's just all written out for you. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. I really want to say these methods work. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I covered everything. Oh, yes. And there's like really interesting things as well. You have advanced search options here too. Like you can look for stuff from you, or you can look for stuff from the person's username or the url.com, or you can look for stuff and quotation marks around key phrases. It's got really powerful search potentialities in BlueSky as well. And this is like, just be careful how much you do on BlueSky. You can get kicked out, but you have to try really hard. So you can repost up to 1,000 times an hour or 10,000 times per day. So, but I don't suggest doing that. You'll look really annoying. And then there's something we'll be exploring is BlueSky's Net Analyzer to help you enhance your experience on BlueSky. Again, I don't know that. So stay tuned. This document will grow and we will probably have more training. So I have set aside 8 more minutes for you because we started 4 minutes late. So any questions or comments? Or do you just want to go for a walk now that I just went and then come back and revisit this?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Victor.
What do you mean by moderation and real moderation?
When there's problematic people in a social media site, people will go in and just determine whether or not they're being problematic. Okay.
Okay.
So like basically booting people out. Great question. Yeah, Wayne. You muted.
I don't have a BlueSky account. How do you get started?
Oh, that was really good question. You just go to BlueSky and create an account. Make sure you make it so it has a 2-factor authentication. Don't ever sign up for anything without 2-factor authentication. So make sure you have anytime you sign in from anywhere else, it has to usually send something to your phone or to your email for you to, confirm that that's you. Okay. So yeah, just like Twitter, just like any social media site. Yep.
What service is it on? You mentioned there's different servers. You have you could set up a personal server or the BlueSky server, or is it like Mastodon where it's federated?
Yeah, I think it is federated, and that's a technical question that I'm guessing on, but yeah. Okay. So I'm not the expert. Great question. It is like Mastodon. It's federated. It's all over the place. Nobody owns it. Yeah. But I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Questions? Yeah, Dora.
Yes. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my just my emojis. Anyway, are our senators and politicians on BlueSky?
Yeah, if you want to follow them, go to Climate Action Network Canada, and they're following a lot of politicians.
Okay.
We've been following a lot of them too, and you almost always don't get follow backs with politicians, but yes, they are starting to go there, but not
Okay.
all of them. Like there's a few, but my own MP, and in fact, as soon as I saw BlueSky was exploding right after Donald Trump's election, I called my MP and I said, get on BlueSky. it's exploding. And that's what she did. She got on Blue Sky. So, feels so nice to be heard.
Excellent.
Yes, good night. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, this is the CCL way, doing things on time. Mark Reynolds would be so proud. Well, that's it. That's all, folks. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Great meeting. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
How many were on?
I didn't check.
Did you have a question?